Hello, and welcome to the introduction of Dropship Tracker, a product from Enhanced Retail Solutions. For more information at any time, you can visit us at www.enhancedretailsolutions.com. So what is Dropship Tracker? Dropship Tracker answers a question that was raised to us from a large retailer, which is very simple. Where's my order? As a consumer out there, many of us purchase products online, and we expect to get acknowledgments. We expect to get tracking numbers, arrival dates. We want to stay informed of where the product is that we ordered. And most cases, it happens. But 8 to 9% of the time, which actually is no small amount when you think about the millions of online orders and billions of dollars that represents, 8 to 9% when that doesn't happen creates a problem, right? And given the environment, retail environment today, of course, no retailer and no supplier for that matter wants to lose an order. So let's kind of explain why this was developed and what the product does. We'll take an example here. It's a Sunday afternoon, and our friendly customer here is on her laptop, and she finds a product that she wants to buy online. And she places that order. That order generally goes through a retailer and is either shipped from the retailer or gets passed on to a supplier. That supplier may be a drop ship supplier, which means that the retailer doesn't actually stock that particular product and relies on the supplier to do all the shipping themselves. And once that order has been acknowledged and picked and ready to be shipped, that should all be communicated to our customer, who then gets her package and she's happy. And that always happens, right? It always happens like this. Well, we all know it's not always the case. Let's look at another case here. Sunday afternoon, and she's on her laptop and she places her order. The order makes it to the retailer. She gets a little acknowledgement immediately that says, "Thank you for your order. We'll be in touch soon." And then she never hears from anyone again. Doesn't know where the product is, and that leads to unhappy customer. Nobody wants or can afford an unhappy customer in this environment. So what happened? Where was the disruption that took place? Well, in many cases, the retailer doesn't even know that there's a problem. They acknowledge the order and think that everything is okay. And somewhere out there, there's a supplier who has an order waiting for them, and they don't know that they have the order. And that's a crime also. Of course, the supplier wants that order. What's interesting is that there's enough data flow on both sides to be able to solve this problem. And that's really what Dropship Tracker is designed to do. And this example is using EDI documents, the invoicing documents, PO documents. 850 is a PO. 855 is a PO acknowledgement. So right there, if those two things are lined up together, the retailer should always know that they're waiting for that 855 and that an order has been acknowledged. There's an 860, which is a change if there's a PO change. 856 is an advance ship notice so that we know the order is on its way. And there's an 846 document where the supplier can provide the retailer with their current inventory position. And so with these documents going back and forth, all one really needs to do is collate them together and ensure that the every order that's gone out has been acknowledged. And if it isn't acknowledged, then an alert can be sent. And that's really what Dropship Tracker is all about. It ties together all of the order flow information from these various documents. It analyzes the statistics, such as normal response times, and shows if shipped items match what was ordered. We're going to inject some other things into this tool, mainly our intelligence, and we're using our artificial intelligence capability to follow the data trail of orders placed by customers and show any breakdowns in the process, highlighting inefficiencies in the system and providing real-time analytics and feedback. So what we're doing is we're teaching the system what questions to ask of the data, and then we're having it conduct a lead time audit and determine if any other opportunities and liabilities might exist. And this is very different than a static exception report or a static dashboard that's just simply pointing out things that don't mesh. This system actually learns from the data it receives, and as it does that, it's making suggestions to the retailer and the supplier, all those parties involved, in how to improve the performance, how to ship faster and more in full, and so on and so forth. And it also can tap into the APIs from the major shipment carriers so that at any given time on the dropship tracker dashboard, we can really see the flow of our product. And we'll look at that a little more detail in a minute. But what are some of the benefits? Well, really, they include learning if customer orders made it to the supplier, and then let suppliers view their own data to improve their performance. So this is designed to work with either retailers or suppliers or both together. It sets alerts for buyers, suppliers, and the customer if orders aren't going to arrive on time or if there is some disruption with the order. It integrates multiple data documents on one platform. It's all cloud-based, so there's no installation of software anywhere. Probably the most important piece is the built-in intelligence that looks for the trends and makes the recommendations on how to improve the entire process. And ultimately, if all of these things are done, we're making our customers happy because we're losing less orders, which is really what this is all about. So what does the dashboard look like? Well, it's important to kind of note it's updated in real time, and there's several different pieces to the dashboard in different sections. The top part allows us to review a time frame, and why is that important? Well, the system is looking at data trends, so the trend for the last 7 days may be very different than the last 2 weeks or the last 30 days or the last quarter based on peaks and lulls in the business, and this is going to enable us to look at our order activity at different intervals. As I mentioned before, a retailer could view all their suppliers and compare all their suppliers' shipping statistics against each other, or this can be used for a particular supplier, and they can study their own information. Where it all really happens is on the order bar, the information bar, which shows the status of the order activity, alerts, and links to the detailed data behind the bold statistics. So what's important about this is it's not just telling you information about how many orders you have and how many have been acknowledged and so on and so forth, but it's actually providing the alerts. It's telling us in different sections here, has everything been acknowledged? Are there orders out there that aren't shipping on time? Are there orders that have some sort of corruption within them? I mean, we see orders where the quantity, which of course should be numeric, is a symbol. And that error, that, many cases, the retailer's system is not going to accept that order, or the supplier is not going to accept that order, and it doesn't know what to happen. So if nobody looks at that order and does something about it, it just goes into that black hole. And again, that's the whole point of this, is for the system to be smart enough to recognize those things and recommend what action should be taken. And this categorization of alerts is very helpful. It's also interactive, so any of the links that are in bold, if you click on them, it will then download the detailed information behind that. So here we see that there's 27 orders received by 5 different companies that have not been acknowledged or shipped. And maybe that's over a certain period of time, and maybe that's outside of the comfort zone of the retailer of when they want to get back to customers. Well, we need that detailed information, and the system provides that with one click. So there is not something where you learn here there's an alert and you have to go to another system to get the information to fix the problem. It's all in one place. There's visualizations of the order data. And so dragging the mouse over any of the different points, here we see some maps, and if you were to drag the mouse over the different states, you would see their statistics come up in a more detailed way. Here we're showing lead times by state, order quantity by state, order quantity by day. And this information helps us in planning, especially on the supplier side in terms of resources. Or maybe we'll find, based on the lead time audit, that a particular product should ship from a different location or arrive at a different distribution point, and that could save time. Some other visualizations focus on supplier inventory and shipping performance, top-selling items, and whether a product was purchased for oneself or for others. There are a variety of different statistics that can be derived, and that's the beauty of having the intelligence built in, so that one could recognize, oh wow, here's an item that does better online than in brick and mortar stores. When you put this all together, you have something that's very interactive and gives more information to the user to ensure that all orders are being shipped on time and in full. So that's a very quick introduction of our dropship tracker. If you have more information, please reach out to us. You can see our emails and phone on the screen, and we thank you for watching this video today.